Hello folks, I hope all of you are doing very well these days. So today we are going to watch video number 131, where we will be doing the book review of chapter 28 in the book titled Play of Consciousness. And the chapter which we are going to review today is titled as The World of Sounds. The World of Sounds. You see, Swami Muktananda has gone to various lokas, Nagalokas, Indralokas, Prithyuloka and Siddhaloka, like that. Various lokas he has visited. And today he is going to share with us his experiences on visiting the Nada Loka. Loka means world. Nada means sound. Nadam. Nadam means sound. So that is why he gave the title as The World of Sounds. And see, nobody knows how the universe originated, isn't it? But now with the retrospective effect, scientists are coming out with so many theories, talking about various probabilities only. And one such strongly accepted view is the Big Bang theory. Okay, you might have heard about all those things. Whatever it is, as far as I am concerned, personally speaking, I don't want to enter into any such controversies, because it is beyond the imagination or beyond the thinking capacity of a human being. After all, our lifespan is only 100 years or maximum 120 years. In this, how much can we achieve? And why we should argue or fight with each other regarding the origin of the universe? I am not for such things. But somehow the universe originated. Then, here, one thing I agree upon. That is, when the universe originated, the God manifested in the form of sound and light. Then you don't ask me whether, madam, were you there when the first God manifested? Not that way. The beginning of everything is either in the form of light or in the form of sound. And scientifically it has been proven. Okay, so I too believe in that. Okay, see, it's not that I don't believe in Big Bang theory or anything like that. There is no point in believing or not believing. That has happened millions and millions of years ago. Why should we argue on that? Let us come to the reality and let us talk about that. That is my contention. Okay. Now, so Muktananda is talking about his visit of Nada Loka. He says he has heard many kinds of nada. Nada means sound. Music. Nada means music. Okay, not merely sound. Music. What sort of music? Divine music. Okay. And see, in one of my earlier videos, I have talked at length about Om chanting. Om chanting, is it Om, O-M, or is it Aum, A-U-M, which is better? All those things I have analyzed that threadbare in my video. Kindly go through that video once again if you have not seen it. Okay. Now, see, chanting of mantra has its own effect. Yesterday also, in my video, I told you what Muktananda has said about the mantras reaching our ancestors who are in the Pitrulok. The food which is offered to them is reaching them in the form of mantras, or in the form of chant, in the form of prayers, in the form of our thoughts. Okay, so chanting mantra has its own benefit. And I also told you that if you get up in the Brahma Muhurtam and if you chant Om 108 times every day without any break, definitely it is going to bring about some positive effect in your life. It is true because Om is the first sound which was produced in the beginning of the universe. And Om is also known as the Pranava Mantra. Okay, Pranava Mantra, which was taught to Lord Shiva by Lord Muruga, his own son. Anyway, our aim here is not to look into the analysis of the Puranas and other things, that we will do later. But this Om chanting has its own benefits. And why Om chanting? Why can't you chant something else? There are umpteen number of mantras. Okay, but Om chanting has its speciality because, as I said earlier, Om is the first sound which was produced, and Om is the language of the Prapancham. The language of the universe is Om. So when you want to get something from the universe, you talk in its language. So you chant Om, you get the benefit from the Prapancham, you get the benefit from the universe by talking to the universe in its own language. Then the second point, see, this is my personal thing. Okay, these things are not written by Muktananda. I have not gone into the chapter as such. Before that, I thought I will just update you some of my personal opinions also. And another thing is, this chanting mantra, there are different ways. Some people chant loudly. Some people chant inside their heart, within themselves. Which is better? Chanting within yourself, silently, has far more effects than chanting loudly. Okay, because when you chant within yourself, that has more impact on the universe than chanting loudly. Okay, and that is why I always say, when you go to the temples, when you go to some common worshipping areas, please don't chant the mantras loudly for two reasons. One is, it is not that effective. If you chant loudly, it is not so effective. Number two, you see, it's temple, for example, if you take, temple is a common place. So in the temple, when you chant loudly, there are hundreds of people who are coming there to get some solace. They also come there to pray. And when they are reciting something, when you are reciting something loudly, so standing so close to them, it is definitely bringing some disturbance in the mind. It has happened to me umpteen number of times. See, I go stand in front of the deity and I want to chant something, or I want to talk to the deity. I want to share my feelings with the deity. And a person who is standing so close by in the line, now he is so loudly chanting something, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya is a very, very sacred mantra, no doubt. But if you are going to chant so loudly, maybe I am chanting some other sloka. It clashes with it. And when it is clashing, naturally I get irritated. And that irritation will bring about some negative impact on your mantra. So that's why most of you, when you go to the temple and pray, it is not happening as you expect. It's because you are disturbing the others. Okay, so please remember, see, you can chant loudly in your puja room, in your house. Even when you're in your house, when you chant so loudly, others are getting disturbed. Okay, if that be the condition in your own house, how will it be in a public place? So, I am not a very high person. Very high person means like putting an order, asking everyone to chant everything inside their minds without making sound. I am not an authority in that. Okay, but I am just appealing to all my dear viewers. Kindly, you please do that. Refrain from chanting mantras loudly in public places. And even at home, do it softly, do it within yourself. Okay, it's a humble request and it's my personal opinion. Now, coming to Swami Muktananda's description of the Nada Loga, not Naga Loga. Naga means Sarpam. Sarpam means snake. That he has already described. Now this is Nadam. Nadam means sound, music, divine music. Okay? He is giving a vivid explanation about the sounds which he is hearing. Beatings of the waves of the sea, roll of thunder, rippling of a stream, rattle of a speeding train, sound of an airplane in the distance, crackle of a funeral pyre, many voices chanting the divine name, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Shakti, like that. Sounds of the mridangam. Mridangam is a musical instrument. Sounds of kettle drum. Kettle drum is another musical instrument. Sounds of conch. Bell sounds. Bell sound which you hear in the during Deeparadhana, you hear the bell sound. And why the bells are ringing at that time? So that, the outside noises are not disturbing us, so that in the serene atmosphere we become one with the God. That's why when the Deeparadhana is done, when the Harati is done, bells are rung. Okay, so bell sounds, Om sound, Nada from Veena, Nada, music from stringed instruments, sounds of honeybees, bumblebees, calling of peacock at dawn, cuckoo and other birds, then music which he heard in the Indraloka and other lokas. All these sounds he is able to hear in his ears, in both the ears. And he says that these sounds are not from the external world. These sounds are from the inside of my Sahasrara Chakra. From my own Sahasrara, these sounds are created. Here I would like to tell you one more thing. See, you keep chanting Om, 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 or Aum, 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 like this. Say 108. You make it a habit to chant this 108 times in the morning during Brahma Muhurta. First 8 to 10 times you can say loudly. You start with saying loudly. And slowly it should go within. And constantly when you are doing this practice, when you are not chanting, you hear the Om sound. That is the climax. That is the zenith of everything. So he says he is listening to indistinct sound in the space within the heart, and nada of various grades, one after the other, the 10 divine sounds he is able to hear. Okay, and he says for the past 15 days I have been listening to these sounds in both my ears, but I am hearing with my ears, but it is originating from the Sahasrara. And he says for 15 days, because of the sound, I am not able to sleep. Because constantly he is getting the nada sounds. But in spite of not sleeping for 15 days continuously, he is feeling quite healthy. He is feeling quite happy. sleep is very, very essential. And about the sleep also, I have given one video. What is the remedy if you feel sleepy? There is no remedy but to sleep. You know, when you feel sleepy, it is the indication of your body and mind that your body is very tired. Your brain is lacking oxygen. Your brain has been overworking. And so, your physical body and the brain, they need rest. And you know, sleep is a blessing. Because there are millions of people who pop up sleeping pills and still they toss in the bed. They are not getting sleep at all. No, it is a curse if you don't feel sleepy, if you don't sleep in the night. Okay, so when you feel sleepy, see, suppose you are driving, you are going on a long drive, you are driving, all your attention is on the road. So obviously you feel sleepy after some time. Then you know, people, they want to avoid the sleep, and so they wash their face, they drink tea, they drink coffee. I am against all those things. I am honestly telling. First and foremost, I travel a lot. I travel by car, I travel by train, I travel by flight. But when I travel by car, I ensure two things. I will not travel in the night by car. So, you know, some people have the habit, throughout the night they will be driving. So that, you know, the next day they can go to the office in time. Somehow, I will not say anything, but somehow I am dead against such a concept. See, night time is meant for us to sleep. And you know what are all the good things that are happening in our body during our sleep? The whole body is recouped during our sleep. Okay, so the only remedy when you feel sleepy is to sleep. Okay, don't go for shortcuts like for washing your face, this and that. Again you feel sleepy, and that is how people who drive, you know, they meet with accidents. So as far as possible, I avoid night drive. I book a room and I go to bed by say 9 o'clock or max 10 o'clock. I don't like to I don't like to travel in the car at all. Train or flight is something different, because there is a group of trained professionals taking care of that. Whereas in our car, maybe our own kith and kin are driving, or we are traveling. We cannot take any risk like that. So I don't like it at all. I like to travel by car only during the daytime. By 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, I stop the car. I already book and go. If not, immediately I take a room in the hotel, eat something and retire to bed. Because if you don't sleep for a day, you know, you might have experienced the next day, the next day is gone. The whole day you feel drowsy, you feel tired, you don't have any impetus to work, and even if you work, your efficiency is not that much. You might have felt all these things, because I have also felt this, but though I don't give much room for such things, only during unavoidable circumstances it has happened like that. But I know. So he says, you know, if you don't sleep continuously for 15 days, what will happen to us? We will become half mad. Okay, but he says, for the past 15 days I have been listening to this music, and because of the constant sound, I am unable to sleep, but still I feel quite healthy. He says, no physical illness, no mental illness. Why? These sounds are divine sounds. These sounds are produced in our Sahasrara chakra. And so this will not harm us at all in any way. These are all the expressions of Kundalini Shakti. You know, in Muktananda's body, the Kundalini Shakti, the Chit Shakti is awakened, aroused, And she has traveled all the way from Mooladhara to Sahasrara, and she has joined with her counterpart. And so in that happiness, she is producing all these sounds. So when we listen to these sounds, obviously we become all the more healthy. So he says, no physical ailment, no mental illness, nothing. And he says, I ate very little, but still I am feeling very energetic, though I look very thin. And he also says that you develop the ability to dance. Because obviously when you hear the music and dance are like sisters or like brothers, like twins. So constantly when you are listening to this music, you feel like getting up and dancing. And his body is taking different dance postures. But earlier also Muktananda has mentioned once that how I feel shy to dance in front of everybody. But I don't know how people can stand on the stage and dance in front of such huge audiences. I can't do that. He has already said that. He is a person who has turned inward. He is basically an introvert. So, but now he is listening to the music and he is feeling like dancing. And so what he does, he goes to the hills. Now we have already seen that around the hut, around his hut, there are so many hills. So in the night he goes to the hill. When there is no one, he is dancing for hours together. He is dancing. That is the blissful state. That is the blissful state. So he is enjoying his blissfulness. Oneness with God, oneness with the consciousness, oneness with the universe. So that time you don't feel hungry, you don't feel sad, you don't feel unhealthy, isn't it? And he says, though I am hearing these sounds, nadas, in my right and left ears, it is not from the ear, it is not originating from the ears, it is originating from my Sahasrara. And as a result of listening to these sounds, he says he has developed very good memory. His memory power has increased so much. And even without he saying it, we understand, isn't it? The way he is describing his visits to various lokas, step by step, one by one, with minute details. Unless a person has such vivid memory power, we cannot write it, isn't it? It is not that he is writing as he is seeing in the meditation. After completion of his meditation, after opening his eyes, when he is coming to the worldly consciousness, he is recollecting and he is writing. Anyway, my heartfelt gratitude, tons and tons of gratitude to Swami Muktananda for having recorded all his experiences for the sake of people like us. Okay. And he says he is remembering what Jnaneshwara has said about the Kundalini Shakti, that is the play of Kundalini. He says the light of the soul is always new. So the soul is expressing itself in the form of light and sound, and every time it expresses, the soul is expressing it in different forms. So his meditation is speeding up, it is deepening, but he is feeling tired. He is not feeling tired at all. Okay, and there is much more to say. And since there is so much to say, I don't want to miss all the important points. So I am reserving it, the balance of this chapter, I am reserving it for the next video. I hope you enjoyed this video. See, it is very, very necessary that you accumulate such wonderful knowledge, which is first-hand knowledge. A person who has experienced, he himself has written it. Okay, and who knows, maybe we will also get the same experience. Then that time We should not run from pillar to post asking different people why I am hearing all these sounds. This is the golden knowledge you are getting. So please pay attention to all my videos. Every video is worth millions. So please listen to the videos. Please be serious about it. Try to understand it and try to forward it to all those people who are in the spiritual path, not to each and everyone. Please don't do that. Only if somebody is inclined towards spirituality, you forward my video. Let them also get the benefit. Okay? Logastamasta Sugino Bhavantu. May God bless all of us to enjoy this sort of experiences, what Swami Muktananda has described in his book. May God bless all of us. Thank you. See you in the next video.